Okay, you've seen it a million times. Something as familiar as the back of your hand. And then someone turns it upside down and you see it for the first time again. Welcome to Independent Lens.
This program is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Independent Lens. I'm Terrence Howard, your host. You see, all his life, Byron Hurt thought that he knew what was necessary to be a real man in America. He was a college football star, a ladies' man, and a guy who loved hip-hop music. Well, now Byron's an independent producer. He still loves the music, but he's got some serious questions for the industry and all of us who listen to hip-hop music.
Black death, whether it's through film, whether it's just through news, is the bottom line. In the black, no pun intended, money maker. Black death is pimped by corporations.
You see, this is a one-of-a-kind experience, watching Byron get real with some of the biggest names in hip-hop. So there's violence, misogyny, and homophobia. Is that the way hip-hop's gotta really be? Hip-hop, beyond beats and rhymes. Next on Independent Lens.
One thing I really want to say, and I want to make this very clear to all my viewers out there. I love hip-hop. I grew up with Big Daddy Kane, the Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Kwame, whoever you want to talk about in hip-hop. I listen to their music. I party to their music. I listen to hip-hop to this day. I sometimes feel bad for criticizing hip-hop. But I guess what I'm trying to do is to get us men to just take a hard look at ourselves. We're like in this box. In order to be in that box, you have to be strong, you have to be tough, you have to have a lot of girls, you gotta have money, you gotta be a player or a pimp, you gotta be in control, you have to dominate other men, other people. If you're not any of those things, then people call you soft or weak or a pussy or a chump or a faggot, and nobody wants to be any of those things. So everybody stays inside the box.
Before hip-hop, men were seeming in R&B, they was like very docile, you know what I mean? But when hip-hop came around, it brought masculinity back into the game. Now some of it is a little misguided.
Through rap music, I think there's an identification with some of the most stereotypical masculine standards.
Every black man that goes in the studio, he's always got two people in his head. Him, in terms of who he really is, and the thug that he feels he has to project. It's a prison for us.
Yo, I'm this, I'm that, I'm toting it. You ain't doing jack. But at the end of the day, you can make somebody believe that you are. It can be profitable.
I jokingly say that I'm in recovery from hip-hop. It's like being in a domestic violence situation. Your home is hip-hop and your man beats you.
The 12 and L about just smacking bitches and smacking hoes, but we will smack a bitch and smack a hoe. Yeah.
Yeah, ass, cause it ain't your face. I need a tip hole. Say if you see a tip drip, point out. Where she at? Point out. Where she at? Point out. Now she got it. If you see a tip drip, point out. Where she at? Point out. Where she at? Point out. Now she got it.
Come on, girl, you know what we came here for. Was you a tip drill? We need a tip drill. I said, now come on, girl, you know what we came here for. We need a.
It is true that these women appear not to be resisting. What I would hope, however, is that these women understand the extent to which they are participating in a culture which commodifies women sexually.
Back at BET Spring Bling in Daytona Beach, Florida, I ran into this young cat, 18-year-old Jay Hood.
My goal down here is to have fun and Get up on some of these girls, man.
You have any problem with like rappers calling women bitches and hoes and stuff like that?
Nah, cause tell you the truth, some of them is bitches, see? You gotta realize that. You got the sisters and then the bitches. Huh?